Tip number 97. During layout, consider to hide component designators in PCB. You know what are component designators, yeah? R127, yeah? Or C568. These component names, yeah? These are the designators. And I'm going to show you an example of a PCB with a lot of components and the component designators enabled. Have a look. See, all these here, these are component designators. And you can see they are almost covering the PCB. You cannot really see through the designators. You cannot really see tracks, even some components. Okay, some people, they may say, these are really huge designators. Maybe you would like to make them smaller. Yeah. Even if I make them smaller, there are so many components that it's not really going to help. They are still going to cover a lot of PCB. Now watch. I'm going to hide these designators and have a look what is the difference. How big difference it is seeing the PCB without designators. It takes a little bit time because I'm working on my laptop. Okay, can you see the difference? Yeah, now I can actually see the components. I can see the tracks. It helped a lot. And you can think like, okay, this is very complex PCB, but I'm only doing very simple PCBs. Have a look, yeah? This is a simple PCB. Here are all the designators enabled. Now I'm going to hide them. Watch. Watch the difference. See? Much better view. I'm not saying you should hide them and never enable again, but during the layout, at least during the layout, you may want to consider to hide the designators. You may want to consider hide everything what you really don't need for doing layout. And designators, you don't really need designators for layout. Don't forget, you know, there is already a lot of information on the screen when you are doing layout. And if you have more layers, there is going to be a lot of information. You see the tracks from all the different layers. You really don't want to add additional stuff like designators, which you really don't need. Just hide it. Altium is quite special with this because normally the designators, they are on the same layer as the component outline. Yeah, this yellow outline. So you really have to hide the designators. Normally what I would do, I would just hide all layer where all these top overlay layer, so all the designators and will be hidden. But then you also hide this component outline and you will not see how close you can place the components together. In Allegro it's a little bit different, yeah? For example, if you use Allegro, then it depends how you create the libraries, but normally you have special layer just for the designators. Have a look. See? And you have special layer for this component outline. Yeah. So in Allegro you can switch off layer with the designators. In Altium it's not really possible. So in Altium you need to hide them. I'm not sure how it is in the other CAD systems. But the point of this tip is that when you are doing layout, you may want to consider just hide the designators. So the view on your PCB is clear, it's nicer, you can see the tracks. I'm pretty sure you got it. Tip number 97, during layout, consider to hide component designators in PCB. Why? It makes PCB much easier to work with during layout.